What is up, you guys? This is MiniSuperHeroes Today. Leading up to Avengers Endgame, I made customs of every single LEGO Marvel movie leading up to it at that point. Well, now we've got the Kang Dynasty on the way, and we've gotten tons of new upgraded prints, minifigures, and so much more, so I'm going back to the beginning, and we're revisiting every MCU movie once a month leading up to Kang Dynasty. So hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future installments, and let's get into today's video. Alright guys, we're going all the way back to 2008 with the first Iron Man movie as we kick off our Road to Kang Dynasty custom minifigure showcase. If you're new here, I'm Jonathan, and what we do in these videos is take the figures that LEGO gave us and add new pieces to them to upgrade them, make them look just a little bit better, and give you characters that LEGO never made on their own. Also, this time around, I'm going to be building the Stan Lee cameo from every single movie. Of course, I'm not going to show it right here because I don't want to spoil it. Just like Stan Lee, you got to keep your eye out for him in the movie when he shows up. And let's get on the road to Kang Dynasty and show you how to build better minifigures from the first Iron Man movie. So up first, we have Tony Stark. And to build Tony, I wanted to give him a very laid-back outfit, but of course, reflecting that wavy brown hair he has in this movie. If you look closely at different points of the movie, his hair does have more of a brown than a black tint. So what I went with here is the most recent version of the Tony Stark head. It's been used for the last several years, so luckily that's pretty common. I used this swept back with the little bang hanging down up front hairpiece. It's been used in a lot of places as well, like the collectible minifigure series and whatnot. The torso comes from Creed Bratton from the Office LEGO Ideas set, and I gave him blue legs to tie it all together. Now, one of the nice things is, as the years have gone by, LEGO has gone back and made Infinity Saga sets, which gave us a great opportunity to get an official Obadiah Stane minifigure. Because it looks so good, I didn't make any upgrades to the Obadiah Stane minifig that we got. However, of course, you'll want to have his Ironmonger armor, and I don't really do like big mech builds or anything like this, so just make sure you pick up that set to get this minifigure, Pepper Potts that we'll talk about, the Iron Man that we'll talk about, and the big Ironmonger build to go with it. So as we all know, in this first movie, Terrence Howard was Rhodey instead of Don Cheadle, who would replace him from Iron Man 2 onward. And in this movie, Rhodey actually has like a little pencil stash. So what I did is I used the head from Falcon from Infinity War, ironically, with the hair from Sam Wilson Captain America from the CMF. Now that hair's come in a couple other places at this point, and you will be able to see the back of the head, but from the front, it looks pretty good. Now, of course, Rhodey is a decorated, veteran, or I guess he's still actively serving at this point in the MCU. So to give him all of his badges of honor, I used this torso from Barbara Gordon from the LEGO Batman movie. Of course, he doesn't have the red sash on in the movie, but I can kind of live with the red sash because I really love the badges he has on there. Of course, I gave him hands to match and blue legs to tie the whole thing together. The fun thing about going back and upgrading these showcases is giving you figures that we didn't get the first time around because I just didn't make them. So here we have Christine Everhart, the reporter that pops up several times in the movie. The face comes from Dr. Sattler from Jurassic World with some nice wavy blonde hair here from Captain Marvel or from Black Widow, coming a couple different places at this point. We've got the torso here from Lois Lane from BVS and black legs. Now, as mentioned, picking up that Infinity Saga Ironmonger Mayhem set is definitely essential because we want to get the Pepper Potts figure from that set. Of course, you can see here she's got the nice black suit on with the ponytail, and it works really great for Pepper's look from this movie. Yes, she changes outfits here and there, but I'm not going to make every single outfit from Pepper Potts. Just one figure should represent pretty well, I think. Now here we've got some serious LEGO Marvel irony. In Spider-Man Far From Home, this is literally the Happy Hogan minifigure they gave us, and in fact it's the only Happy Hogan minifig we've ever gotten, and it looks nothing like Happy in Far From Home, but I do think it actually looks a lot like him from the first Iron Man, because Happy doesn't have facial hair at this point, he's got the suit on, so just for the, meme of it, we're gonna go ahead and use this figure. Now we flash forward to being in the cave where we meet Yinsen. Yinsen is really one of the heroes of the MCU because without him investing in Tony Stark and keeping him alive, Thanos wins. So it's pretty incredible. Anyways, we've got some khaki legs for him here. We've got this torso from the Lego Build-A-Minifig station at the Lego store a few years back, but it also came in the Monster Hunters theme as well. Might have come in a city set or two over the years, I'm not sure. These arms come from the Lego Harry Potter collectible minifigure series, and the head also comes from Harry Potter, and that is Dumbledore's head with the glasses. I think this pulls together a really, really good look for Yinsen. That brings us to Tony Stark in the cave. Now, we did get a Tony Stark minifig back in 2020 that used the Owen Grady torso. I think that works pretty well for the look here, but also we want to use the Iron Man 3 torso, which of course gives you this really nice arc reactor there. We'll just pop the arms off that are dark gray and put on these tan arms so that he can have that sleeveless look for when he's hammering away and building the Mark 1 armor. So these two looks work really well. Honestly, I think you need both because he does have a shirt that looks like this at one point, but if you just have one or the other, that should get the point across for your collection. Speaking of the Mark 1 armor, thanks to all of these great Marvel sets over the years, we did get the Mark 1 armor with the Endgame wave of sets. The only upgrade I made to that is giving him the arms from the Tin Man from the Lego Movie 2 collectible minifigure series, but otherwise this is pretty much a perfect minifig. Once Tony gets home, he makes the Iron Man Mark II, which ironically we've also gotten in a minifigure form since I made my first showcase. This is the Iron Man Mark II from the Avengers wave of sets. It looks pretty good. I guess you could switch out the helmet for more of an MCU classic style, but I do think that it actually looks pretty good, so I'm going to leave it as is. And we've made it to our first Stan Lee cameo, where Iron Man, Tony Stark, confuses him for Hugh Hefner, which is really funny. And this does technically break our purist rule, because this head is custom printed. You can get it from Firestar Toys, and I'm going to suggest that you do that if you want to build every Stan Lee cameo, because I've seen a lot of people use the Alfred head from the Lego Batman movie, but truth be told, this looks exactly like Stan in most of his, appearances in the MCU, so I really like getting that head with the sweatback J. Jonah Jameson hair, and for his Hugh Hefner look, the torso and legs from Dumbledore, who we already used in this showcase, work out just fine. Going back and rewatching this movie, it's still crazy to me how we got Agent Coulson for the first time in this movie. Now, to honor the fact that we need to build a Coulson, I just went ahead and used the official Lego Coulson figure from 2017, because I think it really does get the point across of who this is supposed to be, and I think it looks really good at the end of the day. And as mentioned, you will need that Ironmonger Mayhem set from the Infinity Saga to get you the Mark III Iron Man. I love the look of this figure, so the only thing I did to change is adding these dual molded arms to bring a little bit of gold into the arms, and these come from the Monkey King character from the collectible minifig series. Of course, you'll want to pop the red hands back on there to tie it all together, and I love that they put these little printed dots on the top of the helmet here. It looks so good, and I really just love this figure. I think it's aged so well. And finally, in the post-credits scene, we get Nick Fury. Now, to get the most accurate version of Nick Fury to the way he appears in this movie, in my opinion, you want to use the one that came in the giant helicarrier in 2015. He doesn't have a SHIELD logo on his torso, but of course, the Nick Fury we've been getting for the past few years does work just fine if you don't have this original one. I just have to be honest that I think the original one matches what we see in this movie the best, but you could use either. So let's zoom out and I'll give you my final thoughts on this first showcase on the road to the Kang Dynasty. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of this showcase in the comments down below. If you haven't already, be sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future installments, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.